welcome. One and all, big and small. I am your hostess with the mostest. I am Amara, goddess of blunder. I am your Grixis princess, your queen of plane chase. This is the back of my head because I did not get something ready like a normal. Also, I forgot that even go and say that I was gonna go live because I am a professional. This is everyday mistakes. Everyday time. Do 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 do. Okay, where are we going? These are all things that are happening. These are all things that are not happening. Do 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 do. That's me. Of course, it has the wrong thing written on it again. I'm gonna have to go through and fix all of these. It's so stupid. I don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Hey everybody, what's happening? I am Mara Goddess of Blunder. I make Magic the Gathering content. Occasionally on the internet. How is everyone doing? Apparently... So, da, 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 da. I'll be with you all in a moment. It's the magical miniature morning with Imara. Da, 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 da. Success. I made a post like a professional. Yeah. Yeah, me. That's a picture of Batty Cat. I love Batty Cat. He is the bestest Batty Cat. What is happening? We're bringing up my Mox Field. Actually, I need to go check something on my Mox Field. We just added a bunch of decks. What is this? Land Ahoy? Oh, yeah, I just forgot I was building that. That can go away. I didn't actually need to build that. Oh, did I not add all of my decks? I did not add all my decks. Hello, good morning, how are you? I thought I had time to do the Magic Online thing for the set that's coming out that I was supposed to do, and I didn't. I've been up way too long, haven't been sleeping. It's pretty great. Spent all morning cleaning. Not so exciting. Not so exciting here. Nothing is ever so exciting here. So depressing. Let me go make sure this is actually coming up. Nope, it's not. I think my sound is working now, though. I finally figured it out. It took me like 3 months of fiddling with my sound. But now I can't listen to music, so I don't know. Kind of one thing screwed me, and then now I'm like, well, I guess this is what's happening. Nope. Oh, there we go. I did it. But I don't want that there. I'm gonna drag this over here to fill this gap over here, and you can. This is my mess of models or can just hang out over here. That's fine. Transition that over. There we go. That should flip over to that screen. When is Thanksgiving? That's a weird question, right? Uh, that's a question you might know. Let's go to Master List 2. So hey everybody, what's going on? I am Amara, Goddess of Blunder. I make Magic the Gathering content on the internet occasionally. I am a puppeteer cosplayer, and occasionally you might see me as a feature creator at magic conventions and other conventions occasionally, whenever I can afford such things. Pay for me to go places. Somebody. I like going places. I've been in my house for too many days. Am I going crazy? No, I'm not actually, because I love my hobbies and I don't really care if I leave my house. I'm being forced to leave my house tomorrow. I'm not happy about it. Very unhappy about it. I'm being forced to go to Wegmans. I don't want to go to Wegmans. Wow, that's only at the end of the month. I don't get to eat until the 27th. That's horrible. Uh, love it. Anyway, I am the most scatterbrained person on the internet. I am also one of your Magic the Gathering ambassadors for Avatar The Last Airbender. Yesterday we were playing at my Avatar decks. Apparently I didn't add one of them. So I will add that to my Moxfield if you want to see any of my list. They are on Moxfield under Goddess of Blunder. You'll see a cat. That's Lando. Lando's my bestest buddy. He is my assassin slash murder mitten wearing kitten mitten bestie. I love him. He's the bestest. I love you, Lando, you long, luxurious, luscious Lando. I was just thinking of L words. Anyway, uh, this is the magical morning, miniature morning with Amara. I don't even know the name of my own show. That's because I just made it up. And I don't even know if it's actually going to stay as the name of the show, but that is what it currently is. Um, this is how I make money. So this is how I fund my hobbies. So hang out with me. I get money when you are on here. Lando and Mando are the freaking bestest. They're my terror tigres. They're my bestest buddies. They still come and sleep with me at night. Like Lando talks to me. Like when a cat bonds with their mom, they make these chirps that are not meows. They they're like little tiny sounds, and that's how they communicate with their mother. And that's the sounds that Lando makes to me and talks to me. He meows at other people, but he just sits there and he chirps at me. And then he sits there and he needs my blanket. And then he just falls asleep. And I usually fall asleep holding him. And I have him curled up in my arm. And then I'm just sitting there petting his belly. And I fall asleep petting his belly. And I usually wake up with my hand on his stomach. And he's just sleeping upside down. Yeah. Cats are weird. Yeah, that's how they alert their mother to pay attention to them, that they're hungry or that they want something. Yeah, that's cats are really strange, and it's weird because you think that they're not actually like social animals, but they really are social animals. My cats are very, very social. I don't know. They hang out with each other all the time. Lando and Mando are inseparable. They're always hanging out with each other. They're bonded together. I don't know. Whenever we got a new cat, we always had another cat, so they always kind of just raised each other. That's right. Learn about cats here on my program. Yeah, I was coming on here to do the early access for the Avatar thing, but I apparently missed it by a day. Maybe. Maybe it was yesterday. Oh, it was probably yesterday, huh? It was probably Wednesday into Thursday? No, because the other one was Wednesday into Thursday. They weren't both at the same time. Maybe it's today to tomorrow. I don't know. I am a cat lady. I'm a crazy cat lady. I'm just crazy sometimes. That's only when I don't have a cat. I'm just crazy. What are these? What is this stuff over here? I just want to be organized, and I don't have time. This is Friday? I don't even know what day it is. I don't even know what day it is. That's a really cool card. That's a lot of counters that she puts on things. Hmm. Those are really cool. I forgot about some of these cards. There's a freaking mana drain in here. That's my problem. Anyway. Really super cool Warhammer stuff comes out tomorrow. The Christmas Battle Forces come out tomorrow. Pretty excited about that, besides that I don't have money. Hey, anybody want to buy some of my Magic cards so I can buy some Warhammer guys? uh, I love my Warhammer. That's right, let's use my once per program rant where I talk about, hey, wizards, come and hire me for Universes Beyond so I can make you another Warhammer set. I need 4 more decks for the other factions that you didn't build. I then need a jumpstart set. My jumpstart set will be filled with different factions, like different factions of Sisters of Battle, different factions of Space Marines, different factions of Chaos guys, Tau, and Orcs. And then you can combine them together and learn how to play Magic. Super cool. People love Jumpstart. Put special cards that you can only get in the Jumpstart packs. Love it. Love the Avatar ones. They make me happy. Vashta Narada is really cool. She's an alien horror. I want to put her somewhere. Anyway, hey, if you want to buy me something for Christmas, it comes out tomorrow. Boop. Time Reaper. Time Reaper. He reaps time. Check your face up card. They own an exile on the bottom of your library. That's weird. Those are all weird words. Why would all that be happening? Whenever Time Reaper deals combat damage to a player, put target face-up card Put target face-up card they own an exile on the bottom of their library. If you do, so you can only do it if they actually have a card in exile. Okay, I get you. Doomsday Confluence. That does not fit. I'm still building a couple of decks, so I'm looking for some cards still. I don't have all the Avatar cards I wanted to actually build my Avatar deck, so that kind of putting a damper on my building right now. But we do have 4 decks. They're only the 1.0 versions because they were only made with what I had, and I themed them all, and I tried to only use cards that could be in the Avatar universe if they were Magic cards. Or Magic cards that weren't Universes Beyond, or not Avatar, The Last Airbender. So, yeah. At some point, I will probably make special versions of them if I can get a hold of more cards. But that's only if I sell some more cards or trade for cards. Can I pay for things in cards? Is that a thing? It is sometimes. Sometimes people like to be paid in cards. I've paid Tom in cards before. Paid my friend Geek in cards before. I pay people in cards all the time. I want to make this window bigger. There we go. That window can be bigger. And then I want this window there. That's fine. You go there. We'll move you there. Hey, what's going on over there, bucko? Barbie. You're silly. I love Barbie. She's a cutie. You don't visit any of your grandkids. They're so sad. Why do you gotta make your grandkids so sad? I don't know what came out today, music-wise. I don't know. I don't like new music. I guess I'm an old person. I guess that's what happens. Old people. We're like, my music is the best. Take a bunch of allergy medicine. That's what allergy medicine's for. Take some allergy medicine. What is going on here? Why can I not do this? We are going to attempt to fix something real quick. I assume that my output is trying to do something different than what I want it to do. So this needs to go back here right now. Oh! Oh, that's loud. There's no music playing. Is there a new say anything CD? Oh no, it's just a single. Okay. Sorry. Try to figure. And then you sleep. See, that all sounds perfect. That sounds all like the things you want to do. You want to see cats, pet cats, love cats, fall asleep. That all sounds wonderful. Can you hear music? I don't want you to be able to. I don't think my music is picking up. No. Can you hear music? That doesn't help me. No itching. There we go. This must be all my Doctor Who cards. I had one extra copy of this Doctor Who deck. Oh. Okay, excellent. Thank you. For some reason, my chat just stuck and wasn't coming down, so it didn't show me the last messages. Okay, I think I figured everything out this week. I think I finally fixed everything, so success me. We're just going to keep adding my magic collection to this. So this is my magic collection. I have been slowly putting in order and finding out what I have, updating decks, building decks as I go, because that always ends up happening. But that way I know what I have, insurance purposes, and when I die, Heather doesn't have to do as much sorting, I guess. I mean, that really is my next event in my life. Just preparing. Trusted on. It's such a weird card, because it's basically a card. It's in white. Generous gift. I don't know. Interesting. This is a really long song. This song is too long. It wasn't holding my interest with its sound. Hi, Bucky. Hi. Bucky's here. It's his birthday today. It's Bucky's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Bucky, you are pain. And you're always trouble, it's true. You kept waking me up because you were growling at the cats. And I was not happy about that. Your grandma says, happy birthday. Maybe she'll send you a present. Yeah, maybe she'll send you a steak. She'll DoorDash you a steak. Yeah, maybe she'll DoorDash you a pizza. Bucky likes pizza crust. He loves pizza crust. Heather always gives him her pizza. Ow! God, man, why are you... This is why you make us so angry, because you hurt us all the time. Stop it. Go away. Smash my hand, dude. I love you. Now see, steak doesn't have to have garlic. Pizza doesn't have to have garlic. I love garlic. Garlic doesn't love me. I love garlic. Okay, I am listening to some weird, crazy techno music right now. Nonsense. Nonsense. Anyway. Dogs love steak. Steak is for dogs. When somebody breaks into somebody's house, they throw a steak in. Something always happens, and then the dog eats it. And then they get knocked out. I watch movies. I know how these things work. Hi, baby. What's up? Hey. I love you. Oh my god, why are we spelling this so bad? We know these words. How are you? Tiny one. Hey. Tiny one's such a sweetheart. Bless you, baby girl. She's still sneezy all the time. She takes lysine, which I have to hide all the time because the dog eats it. It smells like meat, so the dog finds it and then he eats it. It's eaten like 3 bottles of lysine. I guess it doesn't hurt dogs, because otherwise... Heather has a tendency not to put things in places that she should put things. So I always have to be on the outlook to make sure that everything is in a good place. It's great. One more concern. Trail of mystery. It's Tiny One! Hey, Tiny One, what's up? You want to sit here? I can move this. Yeah. I can put this over here. We're not painting anything right now. Yeah. You want to sit there? You want to sit here? Yeah. You're silly. You're such a sweetheart. Yeah. You're one of the sweetest things I know. Yeah. Yeah. You're so sweet. Just don't... You're gonna sneeze all over my cards. I know you are. Yeah. Doesn't that surprise... She is being super lovey right now. Yeah. Yeah, you're so silly. I love you. Yeah, you're such a silly girl. Yeah. She's just rubbing her face into my hand and biting me and purring. Yeah, yeah. You're such a sweetheart sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes she's a jerk. Sometimes she's sweet. I don't know. Well, she's my Sour Patch Kid. Me and her are little jerks. Yeah. Teepee, the tiniest princess. Yeah. Yeah. You are the tiniest princess, Teepee. You got your silly little ripped up rose. Yeah. It's all ripped up from you scratching. Yeah. You're so silly. Cats like it when I do this. Callie is hurting a little bit. She is deaf, I'm pretty sure. Her ear is hurting a little bit, I think. She is roaming around. She's a little wobbly, but she's not terrible. She follows me. She gets her. She usually, if she sees you, she can't. She doesn't know what the volume of her voice is. And so she's like, meow, and does this crazy meow at you to get your attention. That's why I don't think she can hear. Tiny one, what are you doing? Yeah, I just cleared that spot for you. And now I can't see the computer. What are we gonna do? I get an ad in 1 minute and 36 seconds. If you sit through the ad break, hey, I might make some money. Feel free to do that. I like money. Money is a thing that I have to have in this wonderful place. Um, do I need to get rid of all these things I own? Ugh, good lord. I am gonna stand up in a minute. I will be on a slight break myself just to move around and grab my phone because it's charging. Just in case I get any messages that are important. I don't usually go on my phone during streams, but occasionally I have to do things. Don't like to do it. It's unprofessional, but I'm not a professional. I am the opposite. Unprofessional? I guess that's probably right. Oh, there's an eye there. There's an eye there, baby girl. She is pretty cool. I get a lot of counters. 175. Has to be cast, so it's not ETB, but... Okay, anyway, I'm going to move up this Quarian Beast Collar, and I'm going to go on a slight break real quick. I will be right back. You never see... Oh, you don't get to see ads, because you're a subscriber. You already paid. You can still hear me, like other people can't hear me during the ads, so most of the time I just go and stand up and go take my break, but you can hear me because you're a subscriber. So you get to see Tiny One. She will take care of you right now. I'm gonna go drink some energy drink real quick, and yeah, because you're a subscriber, you already paid, so you don't have to see ads. You can also buy subscriptions for other people and gift people subscriptions if you want, just rando people. It just randomly gives people subscriptions, and then I get money. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I'll be right back. Good girl. You have such patience. Such patience. What's happening, everybody? It's Amara. That is a blunder. I make Magic the Gathering content on the internet. Occasionally, I leave my cat in charge. Occasionally, I don't put my headphones back on. uh, What is happening, everybody? I am Amara, Goddess of Bludger. I make Magic the Gathering content occasionally on the internet. I am a puppeteer. I am a cosplayer slash feature creator at different Magic conventions, and you might have seen me at some Magic cons, in the cosplay contest, or roaming around with my puppets harassing people like Choco, or Appa, or Chandra, or Tamara Goif. Yeah, there's a lot of babies. You might have seen Stanley Stone. He's a jerk. Um, what else is happening? This is the Blunder Dome right now. It is currently the magical miniature morning with Amara, where we sit here and we enter my collection into Moxfield, or we enter my decks into Moxfield, and we just sit here and talk about magic and cats and whatever else I feel like talking about while I listen to music, and we sit here and have fun. All the fun. Are we having all the fun, tiny one? Yeah, you're such a wonderful little cat. This little cat has taken care of so many other cats that have grown up here. She used to be, she would have been a good mommy kitten cat, but she got to be a mama cat. She raised some kittens, some strays, some babies, yeah. Taught them right from wrong, even though she's still always in the wrong, yeah. I am very easily distracted. It's very excellent being bipolar. I bounce around all over the place because I'm usually always manic, which is always good times. I never stop talking. Anyway, we've been adding my collection for months. Um, Here at the Blender Dome, we also do play Magic occasionally. Now that my sound is fixed and I can actually pick up people on Discord, I can finally stream again. So the Blender Dome will be open back up for some plane chase, because I do love me some plane chase. Tiny one, I don't like that you look behind me like there's somebody behind me. And then I'm like, I better look behind me just in case there is somebody behind me. Yeah, horror movies have taught me. I know. I mean, that's when I'm gonna die if I turn around, but maybe I should look and see him in the mirror, in this mirror over here, or in this glass. And then I won't die. That's how horror movies work. I don't know. Tiny one, don't look at me like I'm crazy. You're crazy. I love you. Yeah. You're so silly. You just sit here and listen to everything I say, Tiny one. She is one of my scary cats. I have like 3 or 4 scary cats that are super smart. You see it in their eyes, and you're like, that cat could kill me if it wanted to. That's probably contemplated. Already has a plan to eliminate me if it needs to. Yeah, you're gonna eliminate me? Don't eliminate me. Not right now, anyway. I have things to do. Yeah. So it is the Avatar pre-release, and I am one of your Avatar ambassadors. I am very excited about Avatar: The Last Airbender. Let's be correct; it is Avatar: The Last Airbender, not those blue aliens that only James Cameron watches his own movie. I think I don't know. I watched the first one. It was just a generic sci-fi movie that really didn't interest me. I didn't like the designs of the Avatar people that are just really long blue people that are just Smurfs. Um, the humans are Gargamel. They come and start stomping on the Smurf village, and then one of the humans, one of the Gargamels, decides to become a Smurf. That is the description of Avatar. Um, we are going to continue adding cards. If you see anything that you want, all my cards are always for trade or sale. Man, I love Florence and the Machine. One of my favorite musical peoples. Tiny one. I can't, well, nobody's chatting. I don't see any chat. I don't need to see what's going on then. Tiny one's sitting inside in front of the chat. But I'm also gonna come over here and pet you with my other arm. Yeah, I don't want to waste this arm that's not doing anything. Yeah, use it to pet the tiny one. Autumn's Veil. I remember this being really popular in decks for a little bit. It was a way for green during standard to stop the nonsense. Oh, this is 2012, not 11. For a little while. I mean, it still has uses most of the time. You probably have an opponent that has one of those colors. Yeah, most of the time. Even though I've had it as a dead spell in my hand before, so. Yeah. Sure, what are you looking at? You're so silly. Arrest. Her voice makes me happy. Yeah. Not very many things that make me happy, Tiny One. That's not true. There's lots of things that make me happy. They're just all in this room. As long as I don't leave my room, I'll be okay. That's not true. My Xbox is out in the other room. I had to move it out there because I have no chair in here that I can see this television, so I was like, well, I'm gonna go put it in the room with my comfy chair. My comfy chair. I like my comfy chair. This chair? Not comfy. My name. Nobody wants to hear me sing. No. That's worth more than $5. That can go in the binder. Tiny one, I love you. She loves this dog so much. Yeah, what's the dog doing over there? Are you gonna go find out? It doesn't sound great. Doesn't sound great at all. What is happening? I don't know. She is very interested, though. Her eyes all perk up and then, like, narrow, and she's just, like, looking over there, and her ears keep turning toward the sounds over there. It's just the dog trampling through things. It's nothing new. Is it this one? Probably. Looks like this one. I don't know. Oh, you know why? I know why I put this over here. This actually does have a use. I can return a forest to its owner's hand, and then I can bounce the forest and then replay it again. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, Tiny One. I feel like I'm in the Matrix right now with this music. Wish I was in the Matrix. I'm so exhausted. It's been a busy week, and I feel like I've accomplished nothing. Ruined some video that I filmed, so now I gotta film new video, which really, really sucks. It's the second time I've had this happen. This time I erased a bunch of footage and didn't notice, and then went really, really deep into editing later on, and then came back and realized that a whole entire section was missing, and I couldn't figure out how to get it back. And I didn't have it saved, because I'm a big dummy head. Don't be a big dummy head, people. Create a 3-3 green BS for each basic land type. That's not as cool. Even though I guess I could just cast it. Well, I guess you could get 5 beasts for 7 mana. It's really not bad. Are you falling asleep here? Are you just falling asleep? You're so silly. She's just got her eyes closed and she's just falling over slightly. Yeah, you're so silly. You're one of my buddies. Yeah, sometimes you're really super lovey, sometimes you're a jerk. I respect you. I respect you, you little weirdo. Yeah. You're silly. You're silly. Yeah. I like that she listens to everything I say. Makes me feel important. It's good to feel important every once in a while. This guy's got some crazy hair. This is fun though. Silly enough, I really enjoy this. Like synthesizer dance music. You know, we will add your song to the library. I enjoy it. Okay. Squirrel Sanctuary. I just literally wrote that and forgot that I wrote it. My bad. Gaia's Will. So it's Modern Horizon 2. So it's got suspend. Until end of turn, you may play lands and cast spells from your graveyard. Card will be put anywhere from a graveyard. You gotta really plan that out. And that's 4 turns. And you gotta be like, okay, I'm gonna play this on my first turn. And then I have this many turns to do this, or whatever turn you play it on. Okay. I guess if you have ways to move counters and control it, it wouldn't be. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of resources to do one silly thing. I don't know. Man, I didn't get to go to the Warhammer store this month, so I didn't get the new coin and the new free miniature yet. I like free stuff. Free stuff makes me happy. Amara likes free stuff. Please and thank yous. Send Amara free stuff. It's the only way Amara gets things. Add 1 green mana for each elf you control, because elves. At some point I will rebuild my elf deck. It's still together, it's just not good because I haven't updated it in such a long time. Man, Beast Whisperer is still really good. You just draw cards when you cast creatures. It's super easy, simple, and drawing cards is how you win Magic. I mean, casting spells and it's also how you win the game, but drawing cards and having more spells than your opponent is definitely part of that. I am got so much stuff to do. uh, Usually these streams are like 2 to 3 hours long, give or take. Unless I just don't feel like doing anything else, and then I'm like, okay. But I do have so much extra stuff I need to do. A lot of comic books I need to sell at some point. I have a bunch of toys I need to sell. I could have a store. Maybe I just do Shopify. I don't know. I just don't want to deal with like comic books, the grading of comic books and telling people, okay, this is what this looks like. I don't want to take pictures of the fronts and backs of every comic book I own. There is not enough time in my life cycle to take a picture of the fronts and back of every comic book I own. I would need someone's help. That is impossible by myself. But I also don't want to deal with customers or complainers or people. I don't like selling things. I hate eBay. I hate selling things on eBay. I used to do it all the time. They take so much money from you. There's less hassle from the idiots that are trying to rip you off sometimes, which also happens. I don't like having to try to, when people are trying to scam you. I've had that happen a couple of times. Like, I try to make things as easy as possible because I get worried when I'm making deals and things. So I understand. Like, I want you to be not anxious while I don't want your anxiety to be up while you're doing a trade with me. Like, I want things to be nice and simple. Answer questions. Occasionally, I might not answer you until the next day if I put my phone away for the night. Because sometimes I just don't want to see my phone. Sometimes I don't want to know anything that's going on anymore, and I just quit caring and I put my phone away. And I'm just like, yep, anything important happens, don't care. Find out in the morning. uh, Eventually, that's what happens when you get old. You just quit caring. So I'm assuming, I don't know if you're still here or not in my chat. I guess I'll find out. Oh, that is not, that's too many agings. That's too much agings. Rampagings. It's too many of them. You know what, I should start setting cards aside for my Super Toff deck. I am building something magnificent. I'm pretty excited about it. I just started setting cards aside for it. Actually, I should just build it real quick. I think I know where most of the cards are for it. That's the thing too, is it's so time consuming to build decks and things for as a content creator. I don't know, I don't play the same decks over and over and over again. That's not exciting for me. I don't know, nobody is like, this card is what Amara's known for. I don't know. Someday, Amara will be an unknown card, and then I can just play with myself. Which, as I say it, doesn't sound great. But that's also something that probably happens. I'm gonna put these over here. I think I'm funny. Nobody's ever here, so it doesn't really matter if I'm funny or not. I really like Gawain, the casting director. It was a fun card. Yeah, oh, this is what this is. It's not for me. I'm not a big fan of Pussifier. I don't know. I love Tool. Just not for me. I guess. I don't know. Gawain is cool because whenever Gawain or another non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, you can put a roll on them. A royal, sorcerer, or monster roll. It's all the good ones. So you can give your creature extra abilities every time they come into play, which is fun. Trying to think of something silly I could do with this. I think I have something cool I could do with it. I don't know. I'll have to look up the ruling for that. When I have ideas, I apologize. I say, oh, I have an idea, and then I don't tell you what it is, because I'm like, I want to do this for my stream. A lot of times when I come up with decks and stuff, I'll usually come up with a deck while I'm building or doing this, and then I'm like, oh, now I can't talk about it. Oops. Content. Demon of Catastrophes. This is a lot of black cards. That's a lot of black cards. I love Gifted Vampire or Aetherborn. It's one of my favorite cards. Oh, what is? No. That was a simple no music. I don't know what that trash was. What do they think of me? I don't know, some weird... The thing is, I know the band. I just really didn't like that song. Outcast I can get into, though. That's a lot of gluten sleep siphoners. You know, a normal amount, probably, right, for people to have 5 of them. I do love Outcasts. Southern rap is some of my favorite music. I do love Ludacris. Ludacris is probably, I kind of want to listen to some Lou now. Ludacris. I used to listen to Ludacris a lot while I was playing World of Warcraft. When I was doing PvP, I needed something with a beat. I'm even more dangerous with a beat. I don't know what I'm watching tonight. I usually watch a movie on Friday night. I don't know what I have. I haven't been to the movies in forever. I really wanted to see Tron and the IMAX, but as I don't have a vehicle most of the time, I'm just hanging out in the house. Which I guess is good, because I don't really have anything else to do. Anyway. So sleepy. I love this border on certain cards, just looks really good. Drina's Chosen. I know that there's more of those somewhere in here. There is probably a bunch of those in here somewhere. Actually, I'm very sure of it. You know, we should shake this paint so we can do some painting. We haven't done any painting all week for the base. most part. Added a little bit here and there. I'd like to finish my models. I have all sorts of plans for those too. I have plans for everything. This is just time and energy. By the midday, my body is all in horrific pain, and it's hard to. If I sit down, it completely just that's the end of me. That's, there's no going anywhere else or doing anything. My spine just destroys me. I try not to take. I only take 2 pain medicines a day, and I can take 3, but I don't like to take more. And after years and years and years, I'm pretty sure it doesn't do much. So, Undead Augur, you're really good in zombie decks. I do need to rebuild my zombie deck. Ew. Outcast is fun times. Enough. Yeah, that's fine. Do that. Let's see here. I feel like Hour of Glory was my card for this. We are going to. Did we shake that paint? I feel like we did shake the paint. We're gonna shake it again just in case I didn't. Like this. That way I can let it drip down for the next 5 minutes. And then I'll stand up for a second. Go check on the babies, make sure they haven't destroyed the house or broken anything more than they normally do. I don't think there was anything that the dog could mess with out, but I also can't keep track of everything Heather does, so I will find out. So I have this big, long closet, and I kind of want to just put my office in there. Yeah. Yeah, Havison. Who's a mirror? I love you. Yeah. Yeah. You're wonderful. Yeah. Yeah. You're so silly. She gets excited and she just starts licking the air. Yeah. And then you start trying to grab me, and then I don't like it anymore. No. Then you get feisty. You get. She just gets really excited. Her ear still gives her issues. Yeah. I still have issues. She almost died on me like a year and a half ago. I was at Magic Con Chicago, and I got a call while I was filming a Fallout thing for before Fallout came out. So like I had to sign NDAs, and we were secretly filming. We had secretly had product, and we were doing that, and then I got a call from my partner. She's like, "Hey, Avison's gonna die. She's got to have surgery, and they want $6,000 before 2:30." I'm like, "What? $6,000?" So I'm sitting there trying not to cry because I knew she had something wrong, but she had a stroke, which is also what my partner had. And she had an infection that got to her brain, and for some reason they didn't clean it out when she got there. And then we were like, well, I couldn't. I managed to get some money for it, And they were like, well, it's going to cost another couple tens of thousands of dollars for the surgery because you're going to need a neurologist or a neurosurgeon and to do brain surgery. And so they cleaned her ear out for of the infection, and they're like, well, we'll do what we can for her. And unfortunately, we weren't going to be able to do that, so they cleaned her ear out. They call us the next day and they're like, hey, Avison's fine. They're like, yeah, we cleaned the infection out, and then she just got better, got up, started moving around. Like she has a wonky eye because of the stroke. So she like looks off to the other direction, but she's still alive, and I got to see her again. So I made it back from MagicCon Chicago, and she recovered, and I took care of her for a while while she was recovering. Hymn to Torak is one of my favorite cards. I This was the first box of Magic cards I ever opened. Was a Fallen Empires box of cards. It was worth crap back in the day. And it still is pretty crappy. I am going to go on break for a second. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Thanks for lurking if you're lurking. Thanks for hanging out if you're hanging out. I'm going to bring up this card. Thanks for sitting through the breaks. I appreciate it. This is how I make money so I can continue doing what I'm doing. I will be right back, and then we'll do some painting and we'll do some chatting. And yeah, I'll be back. Lovelies. What are we listening to? Freddie P. Freddie P. If you don't know who Freddie P is, Freddie P is Frederick Fredrickson. He is part of the Scooby Gang. He is a silly, silly little man. He's sitting. We got a new bed. I had to reset the bedroom last Sunday and build a new bed frame and crap. But we have a new bed, so I like it. She thought she liked it when we bought it, but now doesn't like it. So now we have a mattress topper that I gotta put on to make it more squishy. But I wanted it nice and hard, because I like it hard. Anyway. I am Amara, Goddess of Blunder. I make Magic the Gathering content on the internet. This is the Magical Miniature Morning with Amara, where we paint miniatures, where we add my magic collection to the Mox Field as well. We're painting my Death Guard. Also, I am a Magic the Gathering content creator. I make Magic the Gathering content all over the interwebs. You can find me under Amara or Goddess of Blunder, occasionally with an E, very rarely. I mean, the Twitch address. But because it wouldn't let me change it. Anyway, certain places didn't have enough room for an E for my name, so it became Goddess of Blunder. And then it was already Goddess of Blunder with an E, and then it wouldn't let me change it on like two different things. Hey, Clara Reaper, thank you very much for following me. I don't know if you're still on here, but I do appreciate it very much. I always appreciate everybody. If you're looking to play Magic, or if you want to hang out and talk or chat, that is what I do most of the time. I do love playing Magic. And I will be having my games starting back up here soon, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm going to take my glasses off. We've been painting my Death Guard army for what seems like forever. This was gifted to us by our wonderful friend Ryan. Ryan, thank you. This has given me something to do for the last couple of months. Well, I guess it just has been a couple months. Oh my god. It feels like time just goes by so fast sometimes. I hate it. Like, why is it going by so fast? I don't know. Sometimes it feels like it's not going by at all, and that everything is awful. And then suddenly you look and you're like, oh, it's November. When did that happen? When did this happen? How was I not paying attention that a whole entire month had disappeared? I somehow completely missed Halloween or October. I don't know what happened. I love October. It's my favorite holiday, Halloween. I never get to celebrate it properly. I miscommunicated with my partner, and I thought she didn't want to go to the Halloween party, so I was like, well, guess we're not going to the Halloween party that our friends had invited us to. I was like, I guess we're just going to sit here. So then we're just sitting there, and I'm like, well, I would have liked to go to the Halloween party. And she was like, well, I thought you didn't want to go to the Halloween. I'm like, what? I was like, why are people communicate? Communicate with each other. Use your words. This is my, yeah. You know, I realized I never finished complaining about Warhammer and that I wanted more cards and my plans. I know I said 4 commander decks and a jumpstart, but I also want a 400 card base set. That is a mixture of all the factions. And that way people can upgrade their decks, and then we re-put the old Warhammer decks out as well and reprint those, so then those cards go down, and then also people that want those factions can start playing. You know how many people I know that started Warhammer because of Magic the Gathering Universes Beyond? A lot. Some of my friends completely just quit Magic, which is the opposite of what we wanted, but and they went to and started playing Warhammer. Uh, they do still play Magic as well. They kept some of their decks, but they became obsessed with Warhammer. So yeah, whoops, you did too good of a job. Blast your universes beyond. You did too well. Also, I am one of your Magic the Gathering content creators for Avatar The Last Airbender. I am a giant fan of Universes Beyond. It is one of my favorite things. I know I sound like I'm just shilling things and like, I love this thing. It's the best. like, that's what I feel like when I'm saying things like that. I feel like this doesn't sound real, but I do really love Universes Beyond. I am a big fan of so many of these properties. So like, the only one that I wasn't like a huge fan, but I know I mean I watched all of it and know about it, is Doctor Who. Like there's episodes I like and there's characters I like and stuff. So like even that, I was like, yeah, cool. And then I really, really enjoyed the set. Like I even as a not super fan, but a fan of it, I could see all the love and I could see the thing. I was like, I remember this episode. Like it's cool to see the different. I don't know. I like the idea of bringing new people in through these other properties. But I know there's always a but to everything. I wish we would be able to go back to some of these properties, and I don't know if we will. Marvel, I know we are because we already know that we're going back next year. But like, are we ever going to get more Warhammer cards? Like the people who started Magic from Warhammer, like are they going to get more cards and be. Because how excited would they be that they're going to get new cards at some point for the set that brought them in to Magic? I'm just saying. These are the things I want. Doesn't mean that they're things we need. It's just things I want. And you know what? That's all that matters. uh, I wish I got to work on Universe Beyond stuff. I would have so much fun. There are so many properties that I am obsessed with. I don't know. I don't learn things normally. I don't. If I don't find something interesting, it just goes in me and goes right back out me. I will not. Occasionally, if I do find information interesting, even if it's not something that I'm like obsessed with, like Warhammer or Magic or Avatar, Fallout. I could do Diablo. I would love to see a Universes Beyond set. Oh God, I would be very excited, especially if they did like the dark artwork from kind of like the styles from the freaking instruction manuals. Instruction manuals were my thing back in the day. Back in the day, kids, they used to give us these little booklets called instruction manuals. They would tell us how to play games, but it would also tell us about the characters, and it would occasionally have like pictures, and it was pretty cool. That was back when they were like, hey, we'll tell you how to play this. Now, you go to play a game and they're like, figure it out, fool. I'm like, okay. Occasionally, games are like, okay, here's we'll teach you how to play this. We won't just throw you in. Occasionally. That is not an always thing. We need to shake this again. It sounded like it was squishy. I don't know. It was weird. I just want to get some paint on things. I feel like I've really slacked off. Ugh, I'm so mad. One of my guys fell and broke off like the tips of his horn somehow. Like completely just flat, which is really weird. So now I gotta paint it? I'm always gonna know that it's flat, and I don't know if it like spikes broke off or there was something attached. I don't know. It's weird. All I know is one of my cats knocked it off a shelf, and I was like, "What the hell, cats? What the hell?" Bear, bear. Let's see here. Let's bring this up. I don't know what we are listening to right now, but whatever. Occasionally, I just don't care. I like to experience different music sometimes, even if it's something that I'm feeling like I don't like it. I don't know, because every once in a while, something will grow on you, or you just might not. I don't know. I don't know if I like this. It's weird. I don't know what to call this. It's going from like rap metal to like emo to screamo to rap. So generic rock ballad. Not ballad, but song. I don't know how I feel about this. That's weird. But now I'm kind of like, I gotta hear the rest of this. What other genre of music are they gonna try to use here? Tell me more. When painting miniatures, make sure you spin them around all the time to make sure you're actually getting everything, because I don't know how many times I've missed spots because I didn't spin the model all the way around. I'm like, oh, I missed the whole entire bottom of this. Oops. I need a model light of some sort, something better than what I'm using. I don't know if that would help me anyway. I'm trying to paint all my army before I go blind. I definitely need new glasses right now. My eyes are definitely changed by prescription. Feels like it just kind of just came on. Just got old. Don't get old, kids. That's also something I say all the time. See, these are all what my stickers would say. Other people, they make fun things that they're like, I came up with a cool saying. I'm like, don't get old. Hey, I am the magic crone of magic. Grixis princess. The queen of Grixis. Can I be the queen of Grixis? I'm already the queen of Plain Chase. I may as just be the queen of everything, right? I am pretty cool. I want to do this guy's tentacles in a different color too. I kind of want to do his tentacles in green. These guys don't know what they want their music to be. The question though, if I do, yeah, I kind of want to do different colored tentacles on everybody. Everybody's going to be different. I don't want my army to be all generic. I know, like Space Marines, they have rules and things, but in my universe, Calgar doesn't care. Not Calgar. What is your name? Giant ultramarine man. Ultramarines are not my favorite. Cats, did you break the machine again? My cats are jerks. They're not jerks. They probably didn't break it. It was probably... God damn it. For some reason it keeps getting stuck, and I don't know why. But it makes my life so much easier, so I guess I'll figure out and fix it again. It's probably Lando. Knowing that there's a problem is probably Lando. This isn't for me. Some of the, like, I'm not like a heavy, some heavy metal. I'm just like, so generic junk. That's the thing. Music and art just follow. Everybody copies each other until somebody comes up with something new, and then that gets copied. And what are we listening to? That was fun. These guys are feisty. Oh my god, we have so much painting to do. But they look so much better the more paint they get on them. I'm like, yay, we're getting there. Like, look how cool he looks. He's gonna look so cool when we get there. I have so many fun colors. I'm gonna have to go through all my colors. But do I just want to do like green tentacles for Nurgle? I haven't really put any greens into things. The little lords are gonna be green. And I feel like, I don't know. Apparently I didn't do this pipe. Weird. Can I get this without getting that? Maybe? Maybe? Sometimes my painting skills, I'm like, yeah, look at that. I don't know, after 30 years, I guess I should be kind of okay at it. So my death guard, we did in a death, or flayed one flesh, but I did it in I primed them in black. So that when I did the flesh over top, it would be really light. So the black is kind of showing underneath. And then I'm going to do veins. So it looks like, because the Death Guard, their armor is literally alive. So, like, it becomes part of their bodies. So they heal very, very fast. Like, they just kind of, they can take a hit and they try regenerating. Which makes them very hard to kill. Which is Makes it so makes up for their slowness because they are very slow moving, most of them, except for when they get to you and then they just wreck you and they move like lightning speed. They're lazy to a point, and then they're kind of like me. They have a slight burst of energy. Like, I have energy for a second. Oh, oh, I'm out. That was all I had. I'm out. That pipe can be that color. That's fine. Uh, Figure we'll do this until the next break, and then we will. Oh God! Nah. Didn't pay attention to what I was doing. No. No. Got red in the wrong place. Ugh. Ugh. I'm gonna have to fix that. I try not to make mistakes, but occasionally I get sloppy. I mean, it just looks like blood splatter, but I don't like my guys to have like clean armor. Doesn't make any sense to me. They're in there's these battlefields that they've been fighting for months and years, and walking around in clear, crystal clear, especially the chaos. Like nobody's cleaning their armor. I imagine maybe the Imperium can afford people to clean their armor every day. Come back from fighting, clean my armor for me. Seems like a douchey thing that they'd have an armor guy. You're in charge of cleaning my armors. I need to get it. I wish my computer was better. Those are the words I have to say. We almost have color on most of the Death Shroud. I love the Death Shroud. The Death Shroud have these giant sickles or scythes. It's very Grim Reaperish. They're the most horror-y of the different armies. I would have loved to have 4 Chaos decks. Man, I could easily make a whole entire Chaos set. Is that a thing I can do? There's not even enough space to fit another Warhammer set, but I would be very excited about it. I'm so excited about Ninja Turtles. But I got Avatar I'm very excited about right now. Avatar pre-releases this weekend. I don't know if anybody's going. If you are looking for a place to go, you can find places on the Companion app. And it has a locator, store locator, and then it'll bring up all the events that are going on around you. So, if you are looking for an event, mine are all at least 45 minutes away. And I don't know. I like to go with people. I don't. Being alone is not fun for me. I don't know. I love my Death Guard. They have so many weird things going on their bodies and on their armors. There's just so many fun details. They should talk more about the people who sculpt these and stuff. They do a lot of work on this stuff. I mean, they're artists. Can we get this in this hole without fucking this up too bad? Maybe. Man, I might make some changes on some of my decks, my avatar decks. Depends if I can get some cards this weekend or not. Since I have to go out tomorrow, since my partner is making me go out into the world, I guess I can probably maybe get some avatar cards. Like if I'm gonna have to go outside. Anybody want to buy some magic cards so I can go buy some more magic cards? Isn't that how the system works? I don't know. My hobbies have always paid for my hobbies. That's how I've always done things. That's the only reason I can afford my hobbies. Like I used to I've trade comic books for cards, and I trade cards for more cards, and then I trade cards for miniatures, and then I trade my miniatures for more comic books. I might have problems. I'm like hoarders, but with cool stuff. Like, I'm not hoarding newspapers or magazines or anything like that. I'm just hoarding magic cards and hobbies. I love hobbies. Anyway, we are about 5 minutes out from a break where I am going to stand up for a second and go check on my babies. I was mainly just going to check to see if the dog messed with anything. Most of the time, he just chills out. And it's his birthday today. It's Bucky's birthday, so that's pretty exciting for him. He got a bone. He was pretty excited about this morning. He's going to get special food tonight. Yeah, I celebrate my pet's birthdays. Leave me alone. I don't have children. I have nobody to love me. I'm weird. Leave me alone. I know lots of people who probably have birthdays for their pets. That's what we do now. So I've been playing a lot of Arc Raiders. I really like Arc Raiders. It was pretty cool. I finally got to play some Battlefield yesterday. I love Battlefield. That is my favorite. There better be a single player for Call of Duty. If they ever stop making single players for Call of Duty, I'll never play Call of Duty. It's my equivalent of I'm never gonna get a good GI Joe game apparently, so I'm just Call of Duty is I just act like it's GI Joe. Same with like Battlefield. That way I don't feel like not supporting the industrial military complex. I'm just supporting GI Joe and the stopping of Cobra. Which we didn't stop Cobra in the real world, which kind of is the worst. Even though I feel like Cobra would be very much smarter than these what's going on currently. Not only that, they'd have cooler nicknames. They would do cooler stuff. Let's try to stop an evil weather machine, or we'd have lasers and we'd have cool vehicles that fly. And they promised us a lot of things when we were kids, and I understand why we're pretty upset about it. Where is Amara's flying cars? Where are Amara's lasers? Our lasers are stupid. You just use them to point at things for cats. That's not the kind of laser I was promised. I was promised lasers that I could split secret agents in half with. Or phasers that I can shoot people with. Where are these things? Where are the things I was promised? Anyway. We are almost at our break. It is 1 minute and 10 seconds. And I am going to take a slight break and go check on my babies. We got some painting done. Pretty excited about that. I did as much as done as I possibly can. It just makes me happy the more paint I get on things. I'm like, yay, look how cool they're going to be. Uh, I will be right back. Thanks for sitting through the breaks. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you're lurking, I appreciate anything is good. Okay, everybody. Let's see here. I just slopped more paint on here real quick. I was like, I'm gonna get some more paint on here. Unfortunately, I've gotten some red paint on some white paint, and I'm not looking forward to getting rid of that. But I might just... I wanted to do the veins like a weird blue glowy color. Anyway, I'll be right back, lovelies. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. I'm going to pause this. Pew, pew, pew. I am going to go here. I'm going to go there. I'll be right back, everyone. Whee! Are you throwing Fraggles? Why are you throwing Fraggles? This needs to happen. Stop not making it happen. Paintbrushes. What we're grabbing? We're just grabbing things. What is up, everybody? It is Amara, Goddess of Blunder. I am back from my tiny little break of stretching and petting cats. How many cats did I pet? All the cats. I even brought a cat with me. We're at Mr. Batty Man. He is here to say hello. He is a lovely boy. He is one of my faves. He is my oldest man. He is so soft. You are a wonderful, crazy softness. Yeah, you have such a loud purr. Yeah, you purr so loud. You're so silly. I love you so much. He's my cuddle buddy. If he gets pets, he's just like, he's like, I love you. I love this. Let's do this. Uh, so I am a Margot as a Blender. I make Magic the Gathering content on the internet. Occasionally I'm just petting cats. I love cats. Occasionally we're painting miniatures. This is a magical miniature morning with Imara, the goddess of blunder, the queen of plain chase, the Grixis princess, the queen of chaos. I am all these things that I just call myself. Yeah, so this is my morning show where I just hang out after I finish my chores and doing all those life things that I don't enjoy doing. I come over here and I do some things I do enjoy, like entering my collection, which we're also secretly building decks at the same time, into Moxfield. Uh, I am a cosplayer and a puppeteer. You might see Appa behind me. He's flying in the air right now because he usually is behind me on the table. But I had to clear the table off for a game with Tom's yesterday, so I had to clear off some space, so Appa had to move. Appa is my buddy. I am also one of your Magic the Gathering ambassadors for Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm so excited about this set. I've been looking at stuff for like the last month and a half, and making things and videos, and I've made as many decks as I could out of the cards that I got, which thank you very much, Wizards. I always appreciate everything you do for me. I would have never dreamed that I would get to do these things, so, like, it's really cool. I appreciate... I couldn't do anything I do without do without you all. If you didn't watch or like or say that you enjoy the things I do, I would not be here. So, yeah, thank you. I appreciate you. And that is why I will always stop and make time for anybody. So, make sure if you do see me at conventions or just out and about, to say hi. I'll sit here and talk about Magic or do whatever. You want to play a game and I'm not doing something? Awesome awesome. So I am, as I said, one of your Magic the Gathering ambassadors for Avatar, and I realized that I did not add my last deck. We added 4 of my decks, so we are actually not going to add any more cards, and we are going to add that deck that I did not put in here. So we made 4 3-color decks based on the characters that I wanted, that I got. I was going to make other decks. I was going to make a Sokka deck, but I didn't get Sokka, so that didn't happen. And then I didn't get Aang, so that doesn't happen. So we gotta wait and get those characters, which is unfortunate for me. These are all decks. I was gonna say, none of my decks are probably ever past a 2. Oh man, this deck is a 3. Woo! Okay, anyway. Batty, I can't see. New deck. Oh my god, Batty, you're the worst. Hello, you murder-mitting weirdo. Did you just take all those guys out? Ugh, Batty, you're the freaking worst. You are the worst. I love you. But you are something. Where did that guy go? Is he in your butt? He was practically in No, you don't need to. He doesn't. He's not your friend. You don't need to pay attention to him. Yeah, you're like, but he was just in my butt. Of course he's my friend. I don't know if that's the. I just needed a quick name, so. We are going to add my deck. Toph, the first metal bender. I love Toph. Toph is such a cool character. Like, you don't see characters with disabilities a lot in TV shows and movies and things that get to show that they don't need your help. That she's strong, but nobody wants to treat her that way, and that's not cool. So Toph, first metal bender, is a really weird card. I love earth bending. I think it is my favorite of all the bendings. Um, Lando, what you up to? I don't like that you're way up there, and I don't like that you're flopping your tail around. I like. This is right here in the room, like crazy person. Okay, anyway, so the top first metal bender, she has a weird ability where non-token artifacts I control are lands in addition to their other types. So because our things are lands, our non-token artifacts, we can earth bend them. So it's like metal bending, essentially. So all these decks are basically a 1.0 version of what I've built. Batty is interested now in what is happening. I don't know. I put there's this big tiger tube. That's all. Yeah, he's gonna go find out what's happening. I love you, baby. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Appa! Loyal Sky Bison. I see him. He's flying in the air. He is in the air on top of a stack of comic books that is as tall as I am. Stupid. Anyway. So we are adding this deck. It is not exactly what you would think it is. I kinda wasn't thinking. It was like, ooh, I'll make it very land-centric. And we're also only using avatar cards, except for occasionally there might be a card like Kamal's Will, or Kamal's Will. He is a magic card. But I was like, well, he could be. This is earthbending. I was like, this fits. I like to try to find things that fit to theme in. So, like, these decks I will keep together. I am going to build a 2.0 version of this deck. Like, this is just the 1.0 version. Boop. Boop. Version. Do we do V 1.0? Is that it? Is that the proper way? There we go. Anyway. There we go. It is version 1.0. The thing that sucks too is that now I need all of these Avatar Soul Rings and Arcane Signets, and I have none for these decks. Anyway, I do want to build versions that I will destroy people. These are just my fun versions that I'm like, hey, these are my celebrate being awesome. Oh, he is. Oh, he's not an archer? Now, come on. Sorry. Longshot Rebel Bowman is a human rebel ally. I get it. You could only fit 3 things there. There's not a lot of archers. And I'm never going to be able to build an archer deck if you don't get your stuff together. Anyway. So, Longshot Rebel Bowman is really cool. Reach non-creature spells you can cast cost 1 less to cast, which is great. It's 4 mana for a 3/3. But the reach is pretty cool, and that ability to reduction cost is pretty sweet. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Longshot deals 2 damage to each opponent, which is also pretty cool. I mean, yeah, that's really good. It's just an uncommon. But Avatar also has jumpstart cards, which is pretty cool. And these jumpstart cards, they're exclusive. A lot of cards that are in each of these packs, so you get at least a couple things that are exclusives. There's a couple of reprints that have Avatar art that are Magic cards that fit, which I love that they do that. I I see that they have tried a lot of new things for this. The Commander bundle, I actually like the idea of them just doing Commander bundles. The only thing I don't like is that I don't want to buy 4 Commander bundles to theme my 4 Avatar decks. Like, I wanted one for each of the elements. So, what does Amara do? Amara found a solution. Do the Commander bundles, but you get 4 Soul Rings and you get 4 Arcane Signets. And that way, people can make their own Commander decks. And then we don't have to worry about you guys building a Commander, giving us 20 Commander decks every set. And eventually you're just running out of things to do. You're just reprinting decks that have types that have already been built. And we don't need that. So let people build their own decks, make Commander bundles that come with 4 of the things so they can just make their own. And you get a bunch of packs. Then they have to go buy more packs. See, I know what's going on. I should just be in charge of things. Just let me come and be in charge of things. I've been at this much longer than you all. Taunting challenge! Boomy! Boomy says, all creatures able to block Boomy this turn. It does not say that. I like this card. It makes me happy. It is a reprint, and it is a very expensive reprint, apparently. This is a foil. Oops, okay. Switch to foil version. Excellent. That is a spell. That can go over there. So, this deck got to do stuff last time. I got to play it. I've played it 4 times so far. I didn't get to do anything the first, 3 times. Well, it did its thing. It just wasn't a threat of any sort. We were just doing our thing. Making some lands into things. I didn't know that even though when I was playing that I could earthbend. For some reason, my brain was like, oh, I can only earthbend a land once. I didn't realize I could just keep earthbending the same land over and over and over again. So, yeah. So we learn things. We also don't have all the tops, which really makes me angry as well. Because I need 3 of them. I don't the jumpstart one. I need 1 for my experience counter deck, which is Aang. And then I need 1 for this deck. And I need 1 for the upgraded version of this deck. Ugh. What a problem. There's 5 tops? Oh my god, that's a lot of tops. Anyway. I hate it because I can't tell whether things are foil or not when the red border is around it. I'm going to tell them to fix this. Hey, Moxfield. Someday I will... Moxfield, you should sponsor me. I'm pretty awesome. I don't know. I use you all the time. I haven't gotten to use this. I had it in my hand the last game. But then I was like, well... as an additional cost to cast this, you sacrifice half the lands you control rounded up. It has hexproof. This enchantment has hexproof, and then lands you control have add 3 mana of any one color. So, a cool thing you can do with this, it costs 6 mana, which is a lot. You earthbend a bunch of stuff. Then, when you go to sack all your lands, you sacrifice half of your lands. You sacrifice all the lands that have been earthbent, so they all come back to the battlefield. So yeah, and if you really want to have fun, an Amulet of Vigor out. So when they all come back to the battlefield, they all just keep retapping or untapping themselves. So then suddenly you have all your lands back that you just sacrificed, and they all make 3 mana. I have a problem sometimes. Sometimes I'm fun. Nobody listens to me though, so it's not like I. I'm like, this is really cool right now, and I'm telling you about it, and then nobody's watching, so it doesn't really matter. Badger Mole, awesome. I love Badger Mole. Let me tell you, me and Badger Mole are good friends. Badger Mole has whenever this creature enters, we Earthbend 2. So we Earthbending, we do whatever the number is. We put a +1/+1 counter on a land we control, and it becomes a creature. If it dies or is exiled, it returns to the battlefield, which is also very cool for board wipes. It's a way to keep your lands, which always is a problem with land decks, that you're animating lands as your creatures because you're using your resources as a creature as well. So if you lose your creature, you're also losing your resources, which is a pain. So earthbending, big fan. Whoever invented it, good job. Hats off. Gavin, Mooney. Mooney, I want to be your best friend. How do we become best friends? Are you watching right now? Tell me. Tell me how to be your best friend. I feel like we would be really good friends. And then I'll come and work with you at the Wizards, and we'll make super, super awesome cards. And decks. And things. I try. Oh, did they reprint this? Sweet. With new art? That art's much cooler. That was in Jumpstart 25? I have to find a copy of that. What are we using? We're using the premium one. I guess it's okay. But it's a very lame encampment. It's like behind a rock. You can't even see it. Maybe it's just a campfire. I don't know. That's not very exciting. Anyway. Lands. So I put a lot of attack lands in here. I put another really cool thing with earthbending is to my brain just went. I just typed out this whole entire thing. Okay. Indestructible artifact lands. Because they're artifacts, when Toph is out, they're non-token artifacts, so they count as lands, which is really silly. But the indestructible ones are really fun to put earthbend encounters on, because then you have an indestructible 2/2. I mean, they could exile it if they really wanted to, but you could also just keep. I didn't think of it because I didn't know I could just keep putting counters on it. Yeah, I could have made it really, really super powerful. I am actually going to make another post because I like to rap it. Entering my tough deck into my field and talking about better not sing songs. I bet you 80s and 90s kids probably know what I was humming. Or you poor 2000 kids who had to watch the movie version. So bad. Ah, da, 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 da. Hey, no growling, babies. That's not nice. Is this my name? Say my name, say my name. Okay. Maybe it's my name. Oh my lord, cats. Stop being jerks. Nobody likes it. Oh, yeah. I guess that's things I should write. Da, 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 da. I know what I'm doing. Da, 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 da. Huzzah. Beep. That's right. My thing has changed. We are now talking about Avatar stuff. My program has changed into a different program. Anyway, let's see here. Saber-tooth moose. They've done this for like Lord of the Rings and for other Universe Beyond sets, as they'd use the cycling lands, the land cycling lands. I'm a big fan of the land cycling lands. They work really well. You get a big creature if you need a big creature, or if you're not getting mana screwed. But if you're not planning on casting it for a while, or you miss a land drop or something, being able to cycle them is pretty great. And there's plenty of ways to abuse such effects. Batty, why did you knock all this stuff over? His tail was just like and just took everything out. Anyway, let's go back to what we're supposed to be doing. What we were doing before I so rudely interrupted myself. So they have these in each of the colors. I'm a big fan of them. They do the things I need to do. That is things that we did. I'm going to close that down. We'll bring up our chat back over here and bring up Moxfield. Moxfield, you are wonderful. You make my life so much easier. So, what are we doing? Avatar's Destiny. There we go. Avatar's Destiny. I'm actually putting this over in dog meat just to try it out. I have multiple dog meat decks, so I'm trying it out in my enchantment one. Avatar's Destiny, 4 mana, 2 green, 2 colorless. Enchant creature you control. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each creature card in your graveyard and is an avatar in addition to its other types. When enchanted creature dies, mill cards equal to its power. Return this card to its owner's hand, and up to one target creature milled this way to the battlefield under your control. Pretty cool. I figure dog meat, people love killing him. So I'm like, kill him. I got a lot worse creatures in my deck. Like, I have other problems that I can pop out, and then I can just throw Avatar's Destiny on it again and just repeat the process. It's pretty cool. And then not only that, I can make dog meat into an avatar, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that. So silly. We do have a different version of it, and is this foil? I hate that my lighting is behind me. My daytime lighting is awful. This is really cool looking in foil. Like, the foiling makes Aang stand out in front of the other avatars. It's really cool. I really like a lot of the alternate art cards. Oh man, mountain. That's exciting. So all my mountains are Appa mountains. This was the first deck I built, so it got most of the Appa lands. Oh, the foil Appa land? Or is it just normal Appa land? Just a normal Appa land. Man, I love Appa. Appa's so cute. He's such a cutie. Let's see here. Let's bring that back up. We got the Cave of Two Lovers. Success. Oh, what are we doing? Cave of Two Lovers is a saga. That's a sad saga. These two lovers used to meet in a cave together, and they would hide in the cave and meet together at night to spend time with each other. But anyway, the first saga, part of the saga, you get two allies tokens. I did this yesterday on my stream, and then I drew two allies that were holding hands. Two different cards together. Then you can search your library for a mountain or a cave, reveal that card, put it into your hand, and then shuffle is the second part. And then the third part, you earthbend, which is them creating the cave. I like sagas. I like that they tell stories, and they work really nicely in the universe beyond things for like quests, or like Fallout had a really fun way to do it. Like, and this was a fun way to tell different stories that they tell in the show. We did put a command tower in here, not an avatar one, because we didn't have an avatar one. It would have been nice to get commander bundles. I know that's a silly thing to, but I would have liked to show them. Especially since I theme all my decks together, so now I gotta find a bunch of these. Which is gonna be a pain in my butt. Ooh, Cinderglade. So I did use lands that fit into the Avatar universe, except for some of the indestructible lands, because they're just too good not to put in an earthbending deck. I don't know what we are listening to, but it is baffling me right now. That was some growling. Death metal growling. Anyway. We're gonna put a Cinderglade in there. Ooh, more Appa Mountains. Appa Mountain. Myriad Landscape. So, a fun thing with earthbending is sack lands. Course and Verge, Myriad Landscape, the fetch lands. Earthbend them, then sack them for the two lands, and then Myriad Landscape comes back to the battlefield. Repeat. I love it. Myriad Landscape is a card that could easily be in Avatar, so I was like, oh, that works. Oops. Let's see. Great Furnace. Great Furnace, I don't know why you're in here, to tell you the truth. I think I misunderstood Toph. $5.99. That's weird. That's weird. Anyway. You know how many copies of Great Furnace I have? Like 1,000,000 of them. I played a lot of Mirrodin Standard. So in 3 minutes, I'm going to stand up and do stretch real quick. Being disabled, not the bestest, not the funnest. Sometimes I do have to go stand up. So that's usually ad breaks, I go stand up. I appreciate you sitting through the ad breaks, but we're going to put up a couple more cards here. Elemental Teachings is a lesson in an instant, another new card. We got 1 green and 4 color. Well, I was going to say most of these are going to be new cards. Search your library for up to 4 land cards with different names and reveal them. An opponent chooses 2 of those cards. Put the chosen cards into your graveyard and the rest onto the battlefield tapped. Crucible of Worlds, anything that lets you put your lands back onto the battlefield. Like, most likely you also have cards that are letting you play multiple lands. Like the 2.0 version of this deck is going to be stupid and does things like that. And so you just get all four of your lands, basically. Like, it's not terrible. We do have a full art version of this, so we will switch the printing. This makes it easy so that when I am at Magic cons and things, because that's usually the only time that I actually get new Magic cards, like singles. I'm usually not. I don't order online, and then I don't have time to. So we got the Mirrorwing Dragon, the special one. It's not foil though. It's really cool though. This was in book 3 Fire. This was episode 53. Really cool. We didn't get the foil version, but it is really sweet looking. I bet the foil is really cool. I like that they use the animated art. I'm hoping we get Ninja Turtle ones. Anyway, with 1 minute, I am gonna... Koshi Village is a new land we got. Nothing exciting. I mean, it's a land. I want to leave something cool up. Redirect Lightning. That is one of our new almost free spells. I haven't gotten to do anything cool with it yet, though. Oh, Zuku. And that is an instant. And we got these. Switch the printing to the special foil version. That is a lesson. This is a creature. What are you doing over here, you weirdo? Okay, anyway, I'm going to go on break real quick. Thanks for sitting through Bricks. I appreciate you all. Hearts and loves, and I will be right back, and then we will continue on with this deck tech. What is happening, everybody? I am Amara God. It's a blunder. I am back, and I am talking about my TOF, the last Airbender deck, or the first Metal Bender, though. Dun, 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 dun. I'm a Magic the Gathering content creator. I am also one of your Magic the Gathering ambassadors for Avatar: The Last Airbender. I am a puppeteer. I am a cosplayer. You might see me at magic conventions every once in a while, playing the Magic the Gathering with you all, or talking about magic, or hanging out and talking and just eating. We do a lot of eating at these conventions. I do a lot of talking. I don't actually get to play Magic very often. So we have Gavany Township. Awesome. Put all these +1/+1 counters, but we can put all these +1 counters on our Earth Bent lands and artifacts, which is pretty cool. The cool thing is you can kill your artifacts as well. An Ozolith is in the version 2.0, so that's much cooler. Switch printing. What is this? This is March of the Machine. New Capenna and March of the Machine. Elish Norn's head going down that direction, and then the wings going this direction in New Capenna. Sometimes, ugh. I'm like, which one is this? Ugh, like Gavany Township, very good. I suggest putting it in your deck. Forest. You may have heard of this card before. You might have even put one in your deck once or twice, which, ugh. Forests are the worst. Anyway, this is not an Appa land. It is not, because I didn't have enough Appa lands. So we have the giant lion turtle. Which I guess Lion Turtle Land is just as cool as Appa Land. So I guess I will accept this. Anyway, you might have seen my puppets roaming around. Appa was flying around at MagicCon Atlanta. My friends were controlling them for me because I apparently have 2 command towers in this deck because I am awesome. I did not go through this deck, apparently, properly, and I have been cheating all weekend long, so boom! Magic. Now we gotta find a new card to put in there. That's exciting. Maybe we just put a new Ozolith in here. Maybe we just put an Ozolith in. Oh my gosh, and then we changed it to the wrong one. I don't even remember which one it was. Now we're just messing everything up. So my partner is coming home sick, so I might have to go here in a little bit. I was hoping to finish this, but people come first. Family comes first. That Furby command tower is magnificent. I will say that that is good times that I just saw. There is a bunch of cool Avatar stuff I saw at Target. So if you go to Target, check it out. There was some cool stuffies. There was some cool figures, models. I don't know what to call them anymore. Decorative statues. There we go. I love seeing these cards, like a different style, a different angle, different new artwork. Boomy and Aang riding down the city. Like, I love it. I love you, Universes Beyond. I don't care. Like, I love all of these things, like these properties. So, like, I can sit here and talk about them and gush about them for a long time. I really like those lands they come in. Well, yes, they do come in, but they also have abilities. Like this has Vigilance, so you can Earthbend it, and then suddenly you have a Vigilant land that you can attack with, that can also tap itself for land, which is pretty cool. I also just like to use them as blockers. Just throw them in front of things. I'm like, ah. Like, I need somebody to save me. Ah. Throw this guy in front. Temple of Abandon. I figured that could fit. That's a, and this one's really pretty. This one was from Theros. It fits. It looks like it could be a temple that was abandoned in the Avatar universe, I figured. Burp. Dun, 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 dun. Another Appleland, Applelands, Appleland. Man, all lands should have apples on them. I was very bummed that. Man, I want. I realized it's like I shouldn't talk about that right now. We'll go. That's a different thing. We'll talk. Jet Rebel Leader. Jet. Let's just look at the top 5 cards, which not terrible. You can put a creature card with mana value 3 or less from them onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. I don't even know how many 3 mana cards we have. None of these creatures we could grump off. I guess that's good. At least we could make one hit. So this is a new board wipe. I really like this board wipe. I find it amusing. It's a stacks board wipe. 2 white, 2 colorless sorcery. Choose up to 1 target creature, and then you airbend all the rest of the creatures. Woo! You exile them out, and then each one, while it's exiled, its owner may cast it for 2 rather than its mana cost. All the normal casting things exist, so you can't just cast it whatever. But also, until your next turn, your opponents can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. Can't cast their commanders if they put them back into the exile zone. Can't cast anything that you just bounced, and you still have a creature out. Love it. Makes me happy. We do have a fancy version of this. It makes me very happy. I might actually put this in Jetmir, to tell you the truth. I don't know. Just to be a problem. We have Smellerbee. Smellerbee is cool. I like Smellerbee. Smellerbee is a pretty neato. Smellerbee actually is very useful in this game as well. Human Rebel Ally, 1 red, 3 colorless. Has first strike, 3/3 for 4. Other creatures you control have haste, which is the part that I really like. But also, whenever Smellerbee attacks, you can discard your hand. If you do, draw cards equal to the number of attacking creatures. Can be very, very good, depending on how big your army is grown. And in an ally deck, very good. I want to put it in Sokka. I still don't have a Sokka, so I can't even do that right now. There's a whole bunch of things I want to build. Ugh. Ugh. I'm gonna have to go make an actual list of things that I need. I don't know why I keep putting things in the wrong place. This Thorn Spire Verge is just in here because it's absolutely beautiful. And it could be a place, except for this is the Duskborn version, and it's terrifying looking and probably not very Avatar. But I was like, I want to look at it, and I don't have a lot of Gruul decks, so this could actually I could probably switch it out with my one that's in Helena and Alana. I feel like that's the right names, but now I'm feeling like that's not the right names. It's really cool looking. If anybody has any of these Duskborn full arts that they want to trade, hit me up. I will do some trading with you. Classic Wolf Run. Good Gruul card. Does things. Gives us plus X, plus 0 and tramples, depending on how much Gruul, and X mana that we pay. That's not how you would say that normally, but that is how we did say it. Really, I feel like Lost Caverns was not before that set, but what do I know? Aang's Iceberg is in here for removal. It does iceberg things. It does iceberg things by trapping people in icebergs. It has flash, costs 1 white, 2 colorless. When this enchantment enters, we exile up to 1 other target non-land permanent until this enchantment leaves the battlefield. I can also water bend 3, which water bend we haven't talked about yet, but you can water bend by basically convoking. So you're using creatures and artifacts to pay the water bending cost of 3. So you tap 3 of those things, and then sacrifice this enchantment if you do scry 2. So you can control when you let them out if you feel like letting them out. But it also lets you grab basically anything that might be a problem. This was one of my foils. Man, I would love to get some more collector's packs. Unfortunately, I don't know if that's going to happen. Boomy. Boomy's gross. Boomy Unleashed is very gross. Boomy has trample as a 5/4. Human noble ally for 2 gruel and 3 colorless. Boomy enters, you earthbend 4. Boomy has trample, as I said, and whenever Boomy deals combat damage to a player, untap all land you control. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. Only land creatures you control attack during that combat phase. Hi, what's going on, little one? Oh, it's Barbie. She's coming to say hi. What's up, baby girl? So we put a bunch of animated lands in here too. So we have Mishra's Foundry. For some reason, she feels that she has to walk through the whole entire area to make sure that I know that she's here, which is good. Oh, nope, she's gonna walk through that area too. That's cool. You're gonna walk through that area? Come on. You're gonna go that way. I love you so much. You're such a jerk. I love you. Did we add Mishra's Foundry? I don't know what we were doing. We were doing things. Oh my god, you're the worst. I love you. Anyway. That's my cat. That is my little silly cat. We have this beautiful Mishra's Foundry. This could be a place, right? Oh, I did not know that there was... Oh, that doesn't exist. Okay. I was like, that's really cool. I have this version, but I have... It's only 49 cents. That's so silly. It's so pretty. It's very disappointing that that's so cheap. So cool looking. Anyway. Tree of Tales. Again, I forgot what I was doing. Also, when I'm building a land base, most of the time I just grab lands. And then when I find the other lands that I actually want to put in the deck, then I can go and find them. Like, okay, these I actually want. Ink Shelter is actually Teferi's Protection, and it is very cool looking. The foil is magnificent looking. I do not have the foil. This art, super cool. Love it. Love it. Love it. Lands over here. Figure this out. We'll get this all sorted. We'll get this figured out. The boulder. I'm the boulder. The wrestling episode was fantastic. I love that there are a bunch of cards for a bunch of them. And I can make a boulder deck. He's a performer. Is this a foil version of them? Yes. I don't know. Oh, he doesn't have another version. That's disappointing. Yeah, like some of them have other versions and others don't. This is a Apoplanes. Apoplanes. So there's 2 different versions of each full art. And one of them is Appa related. Appa related? GLA. I keep forgetting what the thing is. Appa foil. Crawling Barrens. Another land that it comes to life. We can put 2+1/+1 counters on it, and it becomes an elemental creature, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Oh, they did reprint it in Foundations. That's cool. Oh, there's a full art. I don't have a full art. I will trade somebody for a full art one. Where is is just the normal. It's all the way at the top. Sometimes these things are the weirdest orders. I really like this card. I figured it. I was just entering cards, and I was like, oh, this is just sitting here. I was like, this could go in this deck. Tis a pretty good card. Matrix Steel is a mana rock for 3, but you can pay 1 colorless and untap target legendary creature you control, which is pretty cool. Those are things I like to do. Switch printing to this one. That is a thing. I know I just put that in the wrong thing, but I don't really care now. Apiforest. Dun, dun, dun. No, this is the wrong contingent. Oh, this other one. This one's going to switch to this one. I'll get there. TLA. Haha, I remembered this time. That is a foil Appaland. This is another Appa Plains. Another Boomy. Boomy, King of the 3 Trials, though. It's a different Boomy. This Boomy, when it enters, I choose up to X, where X is the number of lesson cards in my graveyard, which most of the instants and things in these decks are such things. And then we can put 3+1/+1 counters on Boomy and make them a 7/7, which is just silly. And then you can target player scries 3 or Earthbend 3. So you could do all those things for 6 mana, which is pretty cool. Would not be too shabby. So I just put the normal commander spheres and things in here because I was like, well, I guess we need mana rocks of some sort. Guess that works. DMC. DMC. Commander Sphere. Mossfire Valley. I figured Mossfire Valley could be a place in Avatar. It might be. I don't know. I have not mapped out all of the Avatar universe. Somebody might have already, but I did not. Amara only has so much mapping knowledge of Avatar universe. I can tell you how to get to some places. Not all the places, though. Suke! Anyway. Suke Courageous Rescuer is another rare card. So there are Jumpstart only cards. I have like Smeller Bee is only, and that has Aang's Paraglider as the symbol instead of Aang's head, which is the symbol for this. And Suki is a Courageous Rescuer. Other creatures you control get +1/+0, which you should never scoff at. And she's a 2/4. She's a human warrior ally, and whenever another permanent you control leaves the battlefield during your turn, create a 1/1 white ally creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn because we can't be trusted. Can't be trusted with magic cards. Fated Firepower, silly. It's an enchantment. It has flash, so you could flash it out, which is fun. Fated Firepower. Flash. This enchantment enters with X fire counters on it. It costs 3 red, and it is cost X. If a source you control would deal damage to an opponent, or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus an amount of damage equal to the number of fire counters on this enchantment. Stupid. It's silly. It's definitely a way to finish somebody off, which is pretty cool. That is one of the reasons why it's in here. Karn's Bastion, Proliferate, super awesome with these +1/+1 counters. So that's why that's here. And this is the old one from War of the Spark. That was the first time. Was that the first time it was printed? Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought War of the Spark was its first printing. I was pretty sure. Thriving Grove. All the Thriving lands are in the Jumpstart packs. which makes sense. They work well for those packs. Because if you're playing a different color than the two colors that you come in the pack, at least you can switch over. Which makes sense to me. I get it. TLE is that. So I have all three of them in here, I think. Fountain Port. I figured that could be a place. That's probably a thing, right? It makes fish. I mean, fish are things, I imagine, in the Avatar universe, right? I think so. That's only been printed once, I was going to say. Sacred Foundry. I actually need to go find Tom his land that he was trading me for this Sacred Foundry. And it actually is the space one, so I don't even have to go change it. Earth Rumble. Earth Rumble is the event that they find Toph playing or fighting in. And it's the wrestling episode, and it is great. Toph? Earth Rumble, Earthbend 2. When you do, up to one target creature you control fights target creature opponent controls. So you can use the land and just get it killed, and kill off a creature if you need to. But you could also, I mean, I didn't realize I could just Earthbend things I already had out. So again, this would have been better if I would have known what I was doing. I do like that they have the elemental symbols in foil on cards that have like the bending. So, or if there's a character that is a bender. I like it. It's a little nod to the magic planes that we go to, but also a little nod to Avatar at the same time. Jet Freedom Fighting costs split Boros and 2 colorless. That's 3 split colorless. Or Boros. Human Rebel Ally, 3/1. When Jet enters, he deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control the target creature an opponent controls. When Jet dies, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. That is a lot of mana for that ability. 3/1. I don't know how I feel about that. Bender Skin, Water Skin, is one of the new mana rocks. Costs 3. Makes a mana of any color, but it untaps itself during each player's untap step, which is kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of cool for like decks where I need my Swan Song, but I want to use all my mana during my turn because I don't know how many times that's happened, and then I needed that Swan Song the next turn and end up losing, so I'm all for it. Darksteel Citadel. This is C18. Indestructible land. Put counters on it. Indestructible creature. Earthbend it. Pretty cool. Earth Kingdom General. When this creature enters, Earthbend 2. He's a 2/2. Whenever you put 1 or more +1/+1 counters on target creature, you may gain life. That much life. So, you can do this, gain a bunch of life. It's great. Boom. It is a way to keep yourself alive, which is good times. Let's see here. Earth Kingdom General. Where did you go? I think my partner might be here. I don't know, because I can't hear anything, which is really silly. This is one of the new Avatar lands. There's one for each color, and they're all different temples. This is the Abandoned Air Temple. This land enters tapped unless you control basic, and you can tap it for planes. And then it is a Gavany Township. You can pay 1 white and 3 colorless. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. It is great. I love it. It makes me happy. Earthbend. Put +1/+1 counters. Making a bunch of allies, putting a bunch of +1/+1 counters. So it's a way to have 2 Gavany Townships that you can control. And I like to use them to make attacks and things and then do it. I'm like, yes. Suki. Koshi Warrior. This is when we first meet Suki. Suki! Anyway, Koshi War. Did I add the wrong one? I had Captain, I think, instead. I don't think we actually did Captain yet, no. Oops. Suki! Warrior. I want the cheap one. She is a human warrior ally, split Selesnya 2, 2 colorless, and has power equals the number of creatures you control, and she has a toughness of 4. When she attacks, you create a 1/1 white ally creature token that's tapped and attacking. Boop. I will be right back, everybody. Go that way? Is that what that means? this. I'm an old person. Let me know if you need me, my love. Oh, I have an ad that starts in like 30 seconds, so. Hey everybody, I'm on a break. I'll be back in a second. Success. So I have 2.5 minutes to hang out. Sometimes share me. Sometimes share me. You didn't know that was there? Did you not know that was there? You put it there. Oh, it's Lando. It's Lando. Because this is Lando. Yeah. Yeah, but we're not proud of you. You're not nice about it. Lando did my hair. Like, where do you want me to have it painted? You just grabbed me with your claws and just brought my hand over your face so you could be nice. You're not very nice. You're so very mean. You're kind of nice because it's funny. You're very good nice. You could have bite me. You're very rude. Sometimes that's your bed. You can bite me. I'm still gonna push you around. I don't care. But it might be pretty hard to squish it without person just taking it apart or whatever. It's gonna be so hard though. It's gonna take me like this over and over and it's my point. Oh, the points are bigger. I'm pointing at Mando. Mando's like, I don't get around. Can't get around Shaggy. He's too big. He's too big. He's too big. He's so mean. He's so mean. He just walked all the way around with his mouth. This is the first thing you do is try to bite. Very nice. Smile though. Beautiful. No. Growling. Don't chase each other. Don't really know what to do, Mr. Mallender. You are not nice sometimes. You have a lot of claws. Ouch. Not great. Not very nice. Ouch. Ad break in maybe we'll finish. Maybe we'll finish doing this. Mobilize district. Apparently I spelled you wrong. Maybe I'm still spelling you wrong. What is happening, everybody? It is Amar, Gladys and Blender. I make Magic the Gathering content on the internet. I am a puppeteer and cosplayer, and I apparently, excuse me, I'm gonna add this district over here. Apparently, did I click it? I don't know if I. Oh, mobilize district. Okay, I did. It's like I didn't know if I clicked the button or not. Anyway. You might have seen me at Magic conventions as a Magic the Gathering content creator over in the featured area. I make a lot of Magic the Gathering content. Mobilize District, very good in this deck. So the cool thing when you earthbend these lands that turn into things, they will, so if you earthbend this too, when it becomes a citizen, it will become a 5/5 citizen with vigilance, which is even cooler. And if it dies, it'll just come right back to the battlefield. So you suddenly have a land that turns into a creature that can become bigger and stronger and go die for you if you need it to. Sometimes that's what you need. Blessed Respite is not a avatar card, but I figured it fit. Blessed Respite is one of my favorite cards. I used to use this in a deck that I used to play. I used Hermit Druid back when I was playing in Stronghold. Oh my god, that's such a long time ago. Anyway, Blessed Respite. Target player shuffles the graveyard into their library, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. Way to get all of our stuff back, but also fog people at the same time, because sometimes you need to fog. That's one of my other surprise cards to keep myself alive, because occasionally I like to still be alive. I am also one of your Magic the Gathering ambassadors. I am a manic mess of fun. I am always all over the place, so I apologize. Cloud Shift, just here to save my creatures if I need to. I have creatures that I want to keep, and sometimes I need to keep them alive. Where are my instants at? We just not see. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong Cloud Shift. That's why. We need to switch this over because there is a Jumpstart Appa Cloud Shift. So make sure you look out for that. The Jumpstart cards are pretty cool. Every pack has different Jumpstart cards that are only in the Jumpstart packs. There is one for each of the Avatar's friends and I think there's a Zoku and a Katara too. Maybe, yeah, they are, because they're experience counter ones. There's a bunch of experience counter commanders that are only in the Jumpstart packs. This is another Jumpstart only card. It was in the Tale of Katara and Toph. Where did it just go? Oh, there it is. When they go to the spa to relax. It is an enchantment creatures you control have. Whenever this creature becomes tapped for the first time during each of your turns, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Pretty cool. You have things, if you want to attack with them, your lands, it's a cool card. It's one green, two colorless. It is an enchantment, and we have a fancy foil full art version of it. And we will check that. And that is in our Toph deck because, obviously, it's Toph. Makes sense. Makes sense. We have another Appa Forest. Appa Forest, Appa Forest. Oh man, Flopsy. Flopsy is Boomy's buddy. That's actually the name of the card as well. Oops. Spell Flopsy right. You know how to spell Flopsy. Come on. Flopsy Boomy's buddy is a ape goat, which is pretty fun. So goat deck, here we come. We finally got a goat commander. 2 green and 4 colorless. Whenever Flopsy enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, which is pretty cool. 6 mana for a 4/4. Each creature you control with a power 4 or greater can't be blocked by more than one creature. Also pretty cool. It can't be ganged up on. I'm gonna put this in my Kibu deck. It's really good. It's only 6 mana for a 4/4, but still, it gives all my creatures that have +1/+1 counters an ability, and it's putting +1/+1 counters on all my apes. Or my goats when goat deck comes. We are going to use the foil version of that. Croson Verge, sack lands, good for putting earthbending and then sacking them and then getting them back and then repeating. If you have enough basics, I guess it's worthwhile. But also, earthbending is fun because it gives you a creature to throw in front of things. I love sacking creatures. Like, go, get in front of this for me. Excellent, excellent work. Go, die for me. Sometimes I think of funny jokes and then I'm like this, I can't say that. I'm like, that is probably only funny to me. Don't say that. This LLs, what is this? 2010. I don't know what this set symbol is. Words. Huh, 2010. Yeah, that would be way back here. Is that the arch enemy symbol? Maybe? Crimson Verge. Yeah, that is the arch enemy symbol. Okay. It's been a long time. This is a Momo Plains. Is Momo? No, Momo is not. There's a different character on each of the other ones that aren't Apple lands. This is a Plains. Switch printing. Yep. Cancel? Nope. I don't want. I want to switch printing. Switch printing. TLA. And this is a foil Momo. Foil Momo. This is another Jumpstart card. Is Explore, which is also a classic Magic card, but they have new art on some of the Jumpstart reprints. Oh, that's a cool one. The Bloomborough one. I really like that they've been doing this. I like to theme my decks, so it makes me happy. And it has Appa on it. Because Appa loves to fly and loves to explore around. Anyway, exploring bluff. Thriving Bluff. What are we doing? Thriving Bluff, Thriving Bluff. Do, 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 do. Thriving Grove. And these are all in Jumpstart packs and also Avatar. Boom. Thriving Heath is the other one. See? I put all of them in here. They all Avatar. So it's like, well, gotta have all these. That makes sense. I mean, it only makes sense that I do such a thing. And this is a reprint that's on the bonus sheet that is actually really useful for our deck. Treetop Village. It is another one that turns into things. We got this Treetop Village. I got this foil one. Yeah. But enters tapped, makes green mana. If you tap it, you can pay 1 green and 1 colorless, and becomes a 3/3 green ape creature with trample until end of turn. Another ape creature, that's right. Flopsy, we got this. Stirring Wildwood, classic Zendikar land. One that comes with creatures, so pretty good in this deck. Does the things, becomes a creature, we can pull Earthbend it and give it more +1/+1 counters, and make it a creature, and make it so that it can recur, which is cool. Switch printing, C17. 69 Sands. Soulstone Sanctuary is the newest of the lands that become creatures. It was in Foundations. It's 549. What is 549? That is a number. Soulstone Sanctuary. That's just a normal one. Yeah. Boop. Oh, here, this is the special Toph. That's on the special connecting pictures, which at some point I would like to get all of these. This is Toph Greatest Earthbender. Toph is the greatest Earthbender. And they are pretty cool. When Toph enters Earthbend X, where X is the amount of mana spent to caster, you pay 1 green and 1 red and 2 colorless to caster. Pretty cool. So you're going to Earthbend 4 no matter what most of the time, unless she is your commander, which then the commander tax counts, and you Earthbend 6, and then you Earthbend 8, and then you Earthbend 10, which is pretty awesome. So as the commander, she is pretty neat. Also, land creatures you control have double strike, which is something that we're trying to do, is make lots of land creatures. So pretty cool. I do want a couple more of those Tophs, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Enter Avatar State is in here, as a way to protect our creatures. It is an instant and a lesson. It costs 1 white until end of turn. Target creature you control becomes an avatar in addition to its other types. It gains flying, first strike, lifelink, and hexproof. Way to save your creature. Also a way to make your creature absolutely frightening. So I do like it as a way to save my creature, but I also like it as a way to end my opponent if I need to. I might actually put that in Light Paws. I'm gonna make Light Paws an avatar and give Light Paws flying first strike and lifelink. Those are all things I want to do. And hexproof if I need to protect her. Solid Ground is another jumpstart card. Is an enchantment. I have a lot of enchantments in here. Solid Ground is an enchantment. 1 green, 3 colorless. When enchantment enters, Earthbend 3. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters would be put on a permanent you control, that many +1/+1 counters are put on it instead. 1/1. I hate the way that is written. Many +1/+1/+1 counters are put on it instead. And this is a jumpstart only card. It's got top on it, so it's in here. One of the reasons why it's in there. Rogue's Passage I will put in every deck, because sometimes I just need to end games. Sometimes it is how you win a game, especially if people are turtled up. This is a new legendary artifact creature, so you can actually use it as your commander, which is insane. The Walls of Ba Sing Se. It is an artifact creature, which I guess it's up here then. It is 8 colorless mana. It is a wall. It is a defender. Other permanents you control have indestructible. It is a 0/30. Yep. That's all I got for you. Oh my god. Ugh. I'm gonna put that in Aloy. Oh, that's so stupid. Many partings. Very funny. It is a jumpstart card. It is a reprint of a magic card. We have this version, though. It has the Cabbage Man. He's losing all of his cabbages. There's your library for a basic land card. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle, create a food. Poor dude. So mean to him. He has terrible, terrible luck. So, Earthbender Ascension has our friend Toph in it. They made new versions of all the new Ascensions. So we have another enchantment, apparently. Apparently we're just very enchantment heavy in this deck. Earthbending Ascension has a Toph and a Badger Mole. When this creature enchantment enters Earthbend 2, then search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. So, Earthbending 2, get a 2/2 or 2/1/1 counters on one of your creatures. Then you get to go find a land. So, cool. And then it has landfall. So it's gonna hit the battlefield, and it should not see. It won't see that land. Whenever a land you control enters, put a quest counter on this enchantment. When you do, if it has 4 or more +1/+1 counters on it, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Gains trample until end of turn. Pretty cool. I like it. I like that it is a magic thing, the Ascensions, but they made new ones and fit them into the Universe Beyond set. That's pretty cool. Rustvale Bridge could be a place, maybe. Maybe some metal benders back in the day created this city, and then has rusted over since it's been lost to time. I'm just making up things. We're going to switch the printing over to the Modern Masters version. So these are indestructible, these lands, but if you make them if you earthbend them, Suddenly got an indestructible land. Pretty cool. I know I've said all these things before. Aang, a lot to learn. I really like this. It's a little, they call it an homage, is that a thing? To the beginning of the show. The beginning, I guess, in the credits. Intro? What is the word for that? Split Selesnya and 2 colorless. So 3 mana total, human, avatar, ally, legendary creature. Aang has vigilance as long as there's a lesson in your graveyard. We have lots of lessons, because most of the spells in the set are lessons, and whenever another creature you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Aang. Aang loves it when people die, apparently, but also, I don't know, it's so weird. It's weird that he gets creature. He should have, so when creatures come into play, he gets +1/+1 counters, because then he becomes like friends with them. He's like, hey, I'm friends with these people. Boom. This is a jumpstart only card. It is an uncommon, but you can only get it in the jumpstart packs or the collector's packs. Earth King. I have a special Earth King. Boom. The Earth King is pretty cool. He's 1 green, 3 colorless. He's a human noble ally. He has his bearer in the picture. What is this bear's name? Oh my god, I forgot his name. It's going to come back to me in a second. When the Earth King enters, create a 4/4 green bear creature token. Whenever one or more creatures you control with power 4 or greater attack, which is an attack trigger, search your library for up to that many basic land cards. Put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Pretty cool. My throat hurts. God dang it. I have a special picture. Look at him. He's so cute. I wish I had a bear friend. Arena of Glory. I figure that's a place. So all the Modern Horizon lands are really good. I really like this one. It makes mountains. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a mountain. But you can pay 1 mountain and tap it. Exert Arena of Glory. Make 2 red mana. If that mana was spent on a creature spell, it gains haste until end of turn. That's the main reason why it's in the deck, is to give my creatures haste. It might not stay in there. I don't have a lot of reasons to need haste and be able to attack the turn I come into play in this deck, so I might take it out. The Great Divide Guide. Pretty cool. I know a lot of people want him. Does cool stuff. Each land and ally you control makes mana of any color if you tap them. He pays 1 green and 1 colorless, and you get a chromatic lantern that you can block with. It's a 2/3. It's a human scout ally, and then all your lands make any color. But then suddenly your allies also tap for mana. And not only that, the Great Divide Guide also taps for mana because he is an ally. Pretty cool, because he doesn't say other. Appa. Another Appa. This was in the very last pack I opened, was this Appa. I love Appa, and I really wanted the cooler Appa. I only got a normal Appa. It's not even a foil Appa. He's too white, too colorless. He's a 3/4 Bison ally. He has flash, which is pretty cool. He has flying. When Appa enters, airbend any number of other target non-land permanents you control. When you cast a spell from exile, create a 1/1 white ally creature token. He is really cool. He can save you from a board wipe, which is pretty great. Okay, he can't airbend himself, though. But then when you recast all those creatures, you're getting a bunch of extra allies. So, if you have something that is letting you, like... This is not... I should definitely put this in my other deck. In my Katara deck instead of this one and change out some of these things for more earthbendy stuff. We'll see. I don't have enough cards, so I couldn't finish everything I wanted to do. There's still a couple cards I'm missing for a lot of these decks that I wanted to fully theme the deck. Tough, hard-headed teacher. This is the fourth Tough. Hard-headed teacher is gruel and 2. Human warrior ally. Boop. And when Toph enters, you may discard a card. If you do, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Whenever you cast a spell, Earthbend 1. If that spell is a lesson, put an additional +1/+1 counter on a land. We are gonna be casting spells. Is it just any? No. Yeah, whenever you cast a spell. Doesn't care. Creatures, whatever. But if they're lessons, get extra stuff. And we do have lessons in here, as we have seen. Cycle of Renewal is a new lesson, actually. This is... Oh, it is an instant. I guess I did not realize that. Anyway, Cycle of Renewal. I like to use this by putting earthbending something and then sacking that land. Just bringing it right back. So you pay 1 green and 2 colorless, sacrifice a land, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, and then a shuffle. It's got Katara. Aang has just burnt everything down. But it's okay, Aang. That means the forest will grow back, because there's acorns, and probably squirrels, that means. Squirrels love doing things. Boop. That is a foil version. Beastmaster's Ascension is in here so that I can win. Beastmaster's Ascension is just stupid. Beastmaster's Ascension is also another enchantment. Apparently this is an enchantment deck. Beastmaster's Ascension. This is not this version. Boop. We have this version. Is it a foil? I don't know. It's 5/5. It's a way to win. Sometimes I like to win magic. Soul Ring. That's a card that people use in Magic. I just use it because I like it and I don't care. I will have it in my deck forever. Nobody can stop me. I don't know. It doesn't have a letter on here. Just go find it. Just go find it. Maybe. Oh my god, it's so far down. I don't want to do this. Oh my god, these are a bunch of other soul rings. I don't know what any of these are. I hate this. I hate this. I don't know where it is. It's way down here. Was it this one? No. It's even further down. Oh my god, was it the first one? I want these. What is this one? Load more? Even more? Further down? What is happening here? Why are these all in such weird order? I hate this. Wait, is that one? Why did you choose whatever one you chose here? Those are the very end of the soul rings. It's the very first commander soul ring, and I don't know what the code is for it. Something? No? No? 17? No? 16? No? 2011! We did it! We got there. That was stupid. Okay, let's go this way. Forget everything that just happened. I need another forest. Because this one's a foil. Just to make everything a pain in the butt. Switch printing is GLA. select. Oh, all of them are foils. Haha. Okay. Ang might actually go on my other deck. I don't know. I need a whole bunch of other cards. Ang, Air Nomad. I'm surprised that his friend does not have a card. Anyway, that's interesting. Ang Air Nomad is a jumpstart card. And it's really good too. I think it was in the Ang pack. Human avatar ally, flying, vigilance. Other creatures you control have vigilance. And this is and it's a 5/4 for 5. I like that it gives all my creatures vigilance. This is a foil version of said card, which I think you can only get the foils in the collector packs of the jumpstarts. So that is a thing. Is this a foil? No. Okay, so I need another Appa Mountain. But I need an Appa Mountain that's not a foil. Okay. So I've been adding my top deck. If you want to look at any of my decks, you can find them here on Moxfield. I am always putting my stuff on Moxfield. I am also Amara, Goddess of Wonder. I make magic content occasionally on the internet. Occasionally I reintroduce myself a million times. At least it feels like a million times sometimes. Feels like a million times. I'll select one of those. One foil Appa Mountain. Oh, we have another Appa Forest in here? What are Appa Forest? How many forests are in here? How many lands are in here? Let's see. See, for some reason I really just wanted to earthbend all these forests, all these lands apparently. This is the most lands I've ever put in a deck. 44 lands. I hate this. Cityscape Leveler is silly. I need one of these for Aloy, actually. This is a silly, silly artifact creature. It is a creature. It is a giant creature. It is 8 mana for an 8/8. It's a construct. Has trample. When you cast the spell, and whenever Cityscape Leveler attacks, destroy up to one target non-land permanent. Its controller creates a tapped Power Stone token. And it has Unearth 8, so you can pay 8 if it's in the graveyard, and it'll come back to the battlefield. And it is also an avatar card, because it is this thing, the Giant Drill, the Fire Nation Drill. We have one more Appa Plains. Appa Plains, Appa Plains. How many Appas? Oh my god, that's 45 lands? What are you doing, you crazy lady? That's almost half a deck. Here's Bosco. I knew he was in here somewhere. Bosco is just a bear, everybody. I'm very excited for another new bear card. And I guess I have to put the Earth King in my bear deck, because he makes more bears too. And there's a really cool clone card too, because my bear deck is a bear clone deck. That's one of my favorite decks. Bosco is just a bear. It's a 4/4. When he enters, create a food token for each legendary creature you control, which is silly. You can make a lot of food tokens. He's a 4/4. You can pay 1 green, 2 colorless, sack of food, and Bosco, put 2+1/+1 counters on him, and he gains trample until end of turn, which is really cool. And he's a bear. Just a bear. Arcane Signet is a card that people put in their decks. I do not have the avatar ones, but there are avatar ones. And I would like to get them for my decks at some point. That is the plan. I might build Aloy tonight. That is something I might do. I don't have a lot of plans for the rest of the week, so we'll see. Energy Bending, I think, is the last card. Which is also another lesson. And it's just really pretty. I think that maybe how it got in here. Like, this is a really pretty card. Oh my god. How many creatures do we have in here? I'll have to check in a second. It's really pretty in foil. Very pretty. We have too many cards in this deck. Oh, that works out well, though, because that means that was what this was. There was an extra sleeve, then. Haha. Which means there's another extra sleeve? How many extra sleeves did you guys give me? That's stupid. It's a stupid amount of sleeves. I don't like it. I'm getting rid of an... I don't want to get rid of an apple. Well, I can use one. Oh, no, we'll get rid of this other. We'll get rid of this one, and we can put it on my cat deck. We'll get rid of the lion turtle land, and that can go in my other deck. Plus, we had the wrong version in here anyway. So, remove that. Success. We did it. Which means there's an extra sleeve. That's super weird. So I have 2 extra sleeves. Okay. I hate having extra of the double sleeves, like the inner sleeves, because then I'm like, where am I supposed to put these stupid things? They're so flimsy and flimsy. Flimsy and flimsier. You know what? I'm going to slide them in here with this extra sleeve, and this other extra sleeve can go over here. It is an ad break. Why is there another ad break? Ad break. Everybody, ad break. There's an ad break. Those can go over there. Tough deck. Never gonna smush this deck in. Throw everything. Throw everything everywhere. Everything everywhere. The squoosh, the squoosh. Everybody loves the squoosh. You guys are missing out on my lovely singing while I talk about the squoosh. The squoosh is pretty great. Everybody's missing out on this wonderful content. Unless you're a subscriber, which then you're getting all of this wonderful content. Oh, that's so gross. The spirit, you are a card. Dun, 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 dun. I'm just making up songs. I'm just doing whatever I want. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Do 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 do. This is just me losing my mind. This is me getting sick. That's what is actually happening. Not great. Welcome back, everybody. What is happening? It's Amara, Goddess of Blunder. I realized I could not sign off because there was an ad. I was like, oh. I had just finished the deck, so I was like, oh, I'll add some more cards while we're sitting here waiting. What's happening, everybody? I am Amara, Goddess of Blunder. I make Magic the Gathering content on the internets. This is my magical miniature morning with Imara, where we sit here and we add cards to my collection and slowly put my collection in order so that I can build decks faster. Because we got a lot of sets coming up and I got a lot of building to do. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me today. Appreciate it, whether you're lurking, hanging out, say hi, or yeah, just whatever. I appreciate it. I appreciate any kind of support whatsoever. Makes me feel better. I am a puppeteer and a cosplayer. You might occasionally see me at magic conventions, cosplaying, occasionally in the contest, occasionally just roaming around. I've done 5 different cosplays at Magic Cons, Command Fest, and occasionally at Commander Sealed, which is in Rochester, which is one of my favorite events. If you ever want to look up into it, get in contact with me. I will tell you about it, as I am usually a feature creator there, and it was the first place that ever gave me a chance, and I will always respect and help them in any way. What else is going on? Usually you can find me on Wednesdays, playing Magic the Gathering with my friends, the Breakfast Club, which is Bear Claymore, Bones of Calavera cosplay, and my friend Chris from One More Game. Those two also are Magic Kids. And yeah, Magic Kids is awesome. If you don't know what that is, look into that. They provide magic kits to children, which sounds terrible, but it's not. They provide them to schools so that the kids can have magic cards and they can teach them. Magic is how I learned how to do most of the things I do because I was a terrible, terrible student and had learning issues. I do not learn things I do not give a crap about. Uh, thank you, Spectrum, uh, Tylenol, whatever gave me my superpowers. So I am a living Scryfall. I am obsessed with magic. I'm obsessed with all my hobbies. I am. I have so many things going on. I could sit here and talk about myself forever. My introduction takes and my goodbye takes forever. I am also one of your Magic the Gathering ambassadors for Avatar, The Last Airbender. We just did a little deck tech of my top deck. Um, I appreciate you all. I appreciate that deck is just the 1.0 version. If you want to see any of my decks, you can find them on Moxfield under Goddess of Blunder. That is also where you can find my trade list if you want to trade magic cards. I do enjoy trading cards, and I am always looking for things, for decks, and sometimes I forget things exist, and then I'm like, oh, I could use this. Golgari Thug, I used to use these. Sorry. I am very easily distracted. I am a wonderful bipolar bear. I go wherever my brain takes me, which is everywhere apparently. That's weird that there's a card named after my brother. That's not. I'm like, oh, I was like, what is this? I was like, oh, I was like, I forgot that existed. Guild is a magic card that makes gold. Anyway, uh, what else is going on? We play Magic Wednesdays. I know, I completely just lost track. The Breakfast Club, Magic Wednesdays, Magic Online. We usually play different themes each week. We have a lot of fun. We don't know what we're doing. We play Magic Online with each other because if people are mean. Other people are mean. So we just hang out every Wednesday. It's silly. We have a lot of fun. Also, I play Magic with my friend Tom, who is my apprentice slash handler when I am at conventions most of the time. Helps carry my stuff and keeps track of my stuff because I am a mess and I usually have 20 million things going on. So, yeah, we play on Thursdays. We play some kitchen table Magic with my table behind me. It's one-on-one EDH. We're usually just testing out our decks. We don't really care what happens. There's no consequences. It's just for funsies. But it also lets us see what our decks do. You can find me guesting all over the place. I fixed my sound, so now I can pick up other people's microphones, so I will be starting up my streams again. That was one of my issues for the last couple of months that I've been trying to fix. Almost every time I'm streaming, like Magic, I'm usually doing that behind the scenes, trying to figure out what my sound issue was. And then yesterday, I just mistakenly figured it out, so yay! These are my original Hypnotic Specters from when I used to play. I used to be a discardy meanie head. There we go. Discardy meanie head? Is that a thing? Boop. They're so nice and pristine. Good lord. I took such good care of my cards. Those can all go in my binder. I'll probably actually just rebuild my old original deck. It'd be no good. Probably not do anything, but anyway. That's all I have for you today, folks. This is my morning show. You can usually find me doing it on the weekdays when my partner is working. Um, I'll be around next week doing this. I am also super into miniatures if you ever want to talk about Warhammer, or if you want to talk about video games, or as I play a lot of video games as well. You're playing Arc Raiders? Get a hold of me. I need people to watch my back so people quit shooting me. I need to collect stuff. I got to get the loots, people. I need to get the loots. Um, we're still adding cards while we're doing this as well. I appreciate you all. We're going to go check and see if there's anywhere to raid, if there's anybody hanging out. I don't even imagine there's anybody even listening to me anymore, or at all in the first place. So let us go find what's going on. If you are here, I do appreciate you. Thank you. I thank you. Appreciate you taking the time to come and hang out with me. Let's go see this stream manager. We have one viewer. You one viewer. You're my favorite human being that exists in the whole entire universe right now. Thank you. I am going to raid over to... Well, that's where all my friends are. Okay. Man, I can't even... Yeah. Okay. Well, that's really disappointing. Oh, Black Ops came out today. Do we want to go visit my friend over here? Oh, should probably go... Man, I would love to do an Avatar pre-release at home, but unfortunately, I don't even know where I can get anything. So we're going to go raid our friends over at the Steel City. They are having a pre-release at home. Say hi to Brad and Steph. They're sweethearts. We're going over there. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you. I will be back at some point. Follow my things if you would like to know where I am. Occasionally I am places. Occasionally I'm not places. I don't think I have anything coming up. I do have something coming up. Wednesday, I have a talk with the tabletop talks. I will post that in my socials if you would like to follow it. I think I am going to be talking about different forms of magic and how playing different forms of magic can make you a better player, even if there are things that you don't actually like doing. So, make some graphics, do some things. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for staying for the raid. You get extra points if you do. Who doesn't like extra points? See you all later, and take care of yourselves. Love you all.